If you are a data analyst or maybe a business analyst as well, in the real world you will face a lot of decision biases. In today's video, I will explain logically in simple English what are the 5 most common biases you will definitely face as a real life analyst. If you know that well, you would know when not to trust an analytical model blindly. That will help you to become a great analyst.
Please like, share, subscribe to Data Bicep for more videos.
Hello friends, welcome to another episode of Data Bicep. Have you heard anything about ChatGPT or large language model biases? There are already many articles that say ChatGPT is politically biased, non-neutral, and can even be sexist. Not just ChatGPT, but other AI models as well showed their fair share of biases towards hatred and politics. Do you feel so? You can write your experience in the comment section. But today I'm not trying to turn this into a political debate. If you're interested, you can read those articles. I will provide a few links in the description section. Today I will explain why these biases are introduced in a model, and as a data analyst, why you have to be very careful of such biases when you're presenting your case. I will not get into the details of mathematics and its complexities, but will try to explain logically using simple English. What are the 5 most common biases you will definitely face as a real life analyst, not someone who has just taken a course on it? If you understand that, it will be easier for you to question the outcomes and to present your point of view confidently to your business. Hence, it's important that you stay till the end and understand the concepts well, so that when you are on the job, you would know when not to listen to a model. And knowing when not to listen will make you the great analyst that you would like to be. Let's start with the most obvious question. What is bias? It is an English term, but when you apply it to modeling, it has a different meaning. If you know it already, please mention that in the comment section. Bias is a systematic tendency that makes actual results far from facts. And most interestingly, if you keep on building on it, it will take you further and further from the truth. So let's understand it with a simple picture. Suppose the upper half of the picture is used to train a person holding umbrella. He sees that whenever it's raining, people are opening umbrellas. He learns that raining and umbrella are very much related. Now, on a hot sunny day like today, he goes out in the sun, opens his umbrella and expects the rain to come because he thinks umbrella causes rain. Since he does not understand that umbrella does not cause rain, but we take umbrella out when it rains, he keeps on cursing the umbrella. What would you see? Is he a fool? But he saw that umbrella and rain are related. This is called cognitive bias. In the world of statistics, it has a fancy name. It's called a problem of confusion between causation and correlation. But as I said in this video, that you don't need to be a statistician to be an analyst, but you need to have basic understanding of context so that you understand when a model is going wrong and if it is an obvious wrong. And as I said in the beginning, understanding when not to listen to a model makes you a star analyst. But before jumping on to explaining the most common biases, let me ask you a question. Did you ever face any decision bias in your job? I would love to hear about that, and how did you overcome those? You can comment your answer in the comment section. Now coming back to the original topic, how to avoid such biases. When you are presenting your outcome, please look out for these 5 biases. The first one is selection bias. Selection bias is the most common bias that you will face in almost 100% of your projects. It is when your sample doesn't represent the true nature of the population. Did it sound rocket science? So let's understand this in a simple English. Suppose you go to watch latest movie from Shah Rukh Khan, say Pathan, on a Monday morning for a 10 AM show, and you see there are only 10 people watching that movie in a big empty theater. Will you say the movie was a flop? Just because you saw just 10 people came to watch that movie? If you say so, then you are a victim of selection bias. because people who came to watch at that time does not represent the mass film going public. This is specifically a case of time selection bias, which affects your sample selection and hence your decision. During Second World War, when Royal Air Force was taking heavy hit by German Luftwaffe, Brits wanted to put heavy armor around their fighter planes. But it was practically impossible to make the entire plane a fortress because it was making those planes very heavy. So they decided to put additional armor to only those areas which took most hits. They examined the planes that came back to their base and discovered most of them had bullet holes around wings and fins. They decided to put armor around those areas. But wait, an Hungarian mathematician, Abraham Wald, asked a critical question to them. That Air Force was taking decisions based on planes that could come back from war zone. But what about those planes that could not make it to the base because enemy had shot those down? This is called survivorship bias. Many times we look at data that survived a long process, but maybe the real answer is in the data that did not reach us. If you are in India, take any year's road accident data and check the manufacturer of that car. It's highly likely that you will see number of Maruti car accidents are way more than any other brand. Does that mean Maruti makes its car accident prone? What do you think? That's not true. You see more Maruti accidents because Maruti sells most number of cars in India. If you miss this particular information, then your whole analysis will be wrong and it's poor Maruti which will be penalized for being the market leader. This is called omitted variable bias. India recently published its GDP number. It's fifth largest in the world, and this chart shows that its GDP is 3.5 trillion US dollar. It's a great observation and it definitely shows growth. As Indians, we would like to see growth. We are seeing that in this chart. But if you add just one more pattern, let's say growth rate, it shows a little different story now. It shows growth rate is coming down steadily. I'm not going to discuss why, how, and this is not to demean the great work the leaders are doing to keep GDP growing. But if you observe only the GDP graph but does not see the growth chart, we introduce a bias in the decision. This bias is called observation bias because we choose to observe facts selectively. If you have that bias in your presentation, you may lead your business to focus on wrong parameters. There is an hilarious saying that if you torture data too much, it starts speaking the truth that you want to listen to. Funding bias is the most controversial bias that you have to deal with. A lot of time, analytical projects are undertaken to prove a hunch. Sometimes there is a tendency to skew sample data or model parameter selections or representation of outcome in such a way that it supports that particular hunch. There is a fancy term for that. It's called confirmation bias as well. As a data analyst, this is where you have to walk on a tightrope. And I guarantee you will definitely face this one as you grow in your career. I hope when you are on the floor, these little knowledges will help you to identify the root cause of the problems effectively. Please let me know how you like Data Biceps content. We are in a mission to let you know what really happens in the world of data. If you like our content, please subscribe to the channel and share this information as much as possible. And don't forget to like this video. We will meet again next week. Till then, bye-bye.